Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with an update on Saturday's bet. What I've gone for. So, as promised, I said I would do a second video. So the second video is here. I am hoping and focusing on a draw bias at Lingfield. It didn't happen at the last meeting, but currently there could be a little bit of rain, only a bit of drizzle, but they have been watering the course. So I'm basically looking for an angle, and it sounds like I'm clutching at straws. But if the angle works, the odds are the odds are stacked in our favour basically because we're putting the bet on now, and it could be very interesting. So I'm going to get into it. So basically, I've got a tenner in my Bet 365 account. What I do suggest is rather than keep staking and staking, find out how you get on during the afternoon, and then if we've got some returns, put a little bit of it on tonight's bet. If we have zero returns, you have to consider whether you can afford to place the bet in the evening. It's completely up to you. Clearly there's no pressure. It's just completely up to you. So here we go. So what I've had is I've got £10.23 in the account. So I've had a £10, £14 bet. So I've had 25p each way, lucky 15, and the oddments on each way doubles. So click the tick in the each way section on the doubles, and then just keep popping your stake until it comes to whatever you decide to. Keep it low because, as I said, I am focusing on a bias that might not even be there. So the first selection is Desert Illusion at 6-1 in the 8:45 at Lingfield. I believe this is the first three. This horse has the highest draw. It's an apprentice race, and it's got Molly Presland on board. I've had a look through. She can ride. I've seen that she's riding regular, although she hasn't ridden for 14 days. But she rides regular generally, and rides in combined races. When I mean that, I mean apprentices versus professional full-time jockeys. She can hold her own. If she gets this video, what she needs to do, she needs to go to the near side rail where high numbers hopefully are preferred. It's a horse with plenty of pace. It's actually got a chance on its rating now. I say well handicapped. It's handicapped so it can perform. It's got half a chance, and I think the rail might make enough for it to come in the first three. So it's got plenty of pace. All she needs to do is bag the rail, which she's closest to. The horse drawn next to her, it's a bit in and out. It has got pace, but also it's come from behind. So she goes to her right, bags the rail, sticks to it. I think we've got every chance if there's a slight preference for the rail. It is confined to horses that have only won one race. So I believe if we've got a slight bias, it should play out even more because these are poor horses. So the second selection is Dream by Day at 12-1 in the 7:45 at Lingfield. This horse, I believe it's also first three, drawn close to the rail, or I think it's drawn one off the rail. It's not drawn the highest of all of them, I believe. Once again, it's got pace, it's got a chance to bag that rail, and at 12-1, I don't think we can ignore it. Third selection is Miss Woo Woo at 8-1 in the 7:15 at Lingfield, but this is only paying two places. I backed this at not Weatherby. I backed this at Beverley. Not last time, the time before, along with another big priced horse. They both ran decent races. The other horse ran better. I think it was 8-1, came fifth when they were paying out on first four. This one came 8th of 9, but it did show loads of pace up, and it got squeezed out. And then I just don't think it liked the uphill finish at Beverley. Lingfield isn't like that. It is a little bit undulating, but it is a speed favouring course. It's drawn more towards the rail. I do believe the favourite is drawn further away from the rail, but they're only playing first two. The favourite is clear, but I do think the second place is up for grabs. And I do think Miss Woo Woo has got a decent chance. The third selection is a huge dark horse. Well, you can forget the draw because it's over a mile and 2 furlong. And this is the all-weather, by the way, this race. So it's Bush Rose at 8-1 in the 5:30 at Lingfield, paying first three. This is by Roger Varian, and Roger Varian's flying at the moment. The problem for me, it's got first-time headgear. It's actually got a hood for first time. It's got Kyle Stridham still taking the man. Well, he's ridden it twice already, which is a bonus. It's on the all-weather for the first time. Well, it ran over a mile last year. Ran okay-ish at Beverley. Not great. Then it reappeared this season, I believe, over a mile again. Ran okay. And then it was dropped back to 7 furlongs. Well, horses that are bred by the sire Australia, basically, generally, they want miles. They want a real good trip. Well, it's a bit odd now, isn't it? The fact that it was dropped back in trip last time, and now it's up by 5. They've upped it by 5 furlongs. So it's gone from 7.5 furlongs to a mile and a half on the all-weather. Well, I think it will benefit massively from that. I am only concerned about the hood, but potentially at 8-1, people could see an angle a little bit closer to race time. And it's a poor race. There are winners in it, but because they've won, they've been upped in the handicap mark's been up, so they're carrying more weight. Are they still progressive? I don't know. There is a Sir Mark Prescott horse in there, so you never know what kind of horse is going to turn up. It's won and come third already, that horse has. It may well win, but I think 8-1, first 3. There should be improvement for stepping up in trip. There may be improvement for wearing the hood first time. I just think it's got a decent chance. So those are the 4 selections. And as I said, if there's nothing to come back, you might want to have a double take whether you actually put this bet on tonight. Don't bet with more than you can afford to bet with. Obviously, we've had a good run. I will be lowering the stakes soon. There will be no selection for Sunday, by the way. Now, already I'm looking for Monday's racing. So the very best of luck. If you can give me a like or a subscribe, that's absolutely great. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.